Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hurricane HQ, and today we'll be doing another winter storm forecast and update here for Winter Storm Izzy as it makes its way into the southeast and then eventually the east coast of the United States here, and how this storm could bring ice to some areas and very heavy snow to others. Now, let's first take a look at our current watches and warnings across the United States right now, and as you can see, we have a huge area right here of winter storm watches, and this extends all the way from Arkansas all the way up to Maine here. This is all winter storm watches in preparation for this winter storm Izzy. Now, we also have a few winter storm warnings and ice storm warnings here in the southeast already, and I'm sure a lot more areas will be included in these warnings and advisories pretty soon as this storm does near the southeast. Now, as you can see right here in this pink area, we have a winter storm warning in effect. This is for portions of Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, and North Carolina. And then we also have an ice storm warning, which is in effect for portions of northwestern South Carolina and extreme northeastern Georgia right there. So just one county in Georgia is included in this alert. And then we also have a whole bunch of winter storm warnings, an entire cluster right here. This is all where we could be seeing very heavy snow totals tonight, actually. And then we also have a winter weather advisory surrounding that. This is where we could be seeing the potential for a little bit of snow, not too much, although there is potential for a little bit of some snow, maybe 1 to 4 inches in some of those areas. So you're going to want to watch out if you're in the winter storm warning, and even if you're in the winter weather advisory, as you could be seeing those sorry about that. You could be seeing those slippery road conditions for those areas, and then you could also be seeing some of those disruptions to daily life in those winter storm warning areas. Now, as also, if we take a look at the mid-south here, you could see we actually have a whole cluster of wind alerts here, high wind warnings, wind advisories, all in effect for this area. And then we also have red flag warnings issued all the way from Oklahoma into southern Texas here. So that's where we could be seeing dangerous fire weather in those areas. And then we also have a few isolated high wind warnings or wind advisories in Southern California. And then it is a little hard to see, but the last thing I do want to highlight on this map is that there is a coastal flood watch in effect for portions of Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and Long Island over here. Right here is that coastal flood watch. And then we also have high wind warnings and wind advisories in effect for this area right here due to those gusty wind conditions being produced by a different low pressure system offshore. Now, as we take a look at our current satellite, you could see very interesting setup right now at the moment. You could see right here we have our low pressure system, which is currently making its way out of the region, which is very good. So our wind speed should decrease by tomorrow afternoon for much of the northeast. Although, as we go into tomorrow morning, wind chills will be a problem. Much of the east coast and northeast will be dealing with some very cold temperatures tomorrow morning. I know wind chills will likely be in the negatives for much of the northeast. I know negative 30s to 40s feels like in northern New York, upstate, and Vermont, New Hampshire. So if you're in those areas, you want to watch out for those extremely cold temperatures. You could be actually getting frostbite in just under 30 minutes. So definitely want to bundle up if you're going outside. And honestly, I'd be very careful. I definitely want to again, bundle up, stay indoors as much as possible tomorrow morning and tomorrow early afternoon. Now, again, here's our winter storm right here. This big cluster of clouds here is actually our winter storm. It is delivering a lot of snowfall to some of these areas, and you can see if I actually go up one slide here, this will load. Sorry about that. You can see these same areas that are under a lot of that cloud cover are in that winter storm warning and winter weather advisory, and that is mostly because this is our winter storm. Not too much happening yet. It's not very organized at the moment, although this storm will be getting much more organized as it moves into the southeast and then eventually into the northeast. So because it's going to get better organized. I'd say it's going to start getting better organized here in the south, and then we'll just get very well organized here for the northeast. So it will be getting a bit better organized, and we'll be getting a lot of strength and a lot of wind, especially for the east coast. I'd say if you're in these areas over here, you have to watch out for some of those very gusty wind conditions. And yeah, even the potential for those very hazardous marine impacts offshore. So you're going to want to watch out if you're on the east coast, or if you are a mariner or anything like that, for those gusty wind conditions. Now here is our official WPC outlook here for day 1, which is today. And this is showing where this winter storm is and where it is forecast to be going during the next 3 days. Now today you can see the heaviest snow is right here. It's mostly in Illinois, Iowa, I'd say Nebraska too, Missouri. You're all in that risk there for that heavy snow. And then we also have our general risk for some light snow, maybe moderate snow in this area over here. So I'd watch out if you're in these areas as well for that snow. Mostly snow, light snow showers, maybe some moderate snow closer to this heavy snow region over here. And then we also have our mixed precipitation just to the south of this, and right here is where we could be seeing the potential for some freezing rain, and then also some rain below that, just plain rain mostly. So regardless of where you are in here, you're gonna want to be careful. And then we also have our critical fire weather conditions possible today here in Texas. So again, if you're over there, watch out for some wildfires and very gusty wind conditions. And now let's move to our day 2 outlook, which is tomorrow. You can see that tomorrow we're going to have a lot more unfolding for the area. And keep in mind that this does go into 7 a.m. Sunday. So this does go early into Sunday. This goes from 7 a.m. tomorrow to 7 a.m. Sunday. So basically that 24-hour period right there. And you can see very dangerous freezing rain possible in portions of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and I believe Tennessee as well is in that. So if you're in that pink region, you want to be careful for that freezing rain. And if you're in this white and gray region right here, you're going to want to be careful for that heavy snow. And then also we have this mixing area right here of potential for some heavy snow and heavy ice accumulations there. So you want to be careful in that area. Again, slippery road conditions. And that ice is going to be very, very dangerous. If there is a lot of ice outside, stay indoors. Do not go out. If there is freezing rain in the forecast, stay home. It's really the safest thing you could do is staying home during these types of situations. And then we also have our thunderstorm risk, or general thunderstorm risk down here for portions of the deep south here, Florida. This is where we have potential to see some thunderstorms with this cold front right here. This is going to be generating a few thunderstorms, could bring damaging wind gusts, and the potential for an isolated tornado or two in this region over here. So you're going to want to be careful during the next 2 days. Again, tomorrow and day 3 are days to watch out for some severe weather across the deep south. And now as we move on to day 3, this is, I believe, Sunday into Monday. And as you can see, this is Sunday, all the way into Monday, early morning hours. You can see our freezing rain risk only increases across much of the East Coast. This extends all the way from, all the way down as far south as Georgia and South Carolina, all the way up into, it looks like Pennsylvania and New Jersey over here. That is where your main risk for freezing rain is, in that area that I just put up on the screen. And then we also have a huge area where we could be seeing that heavy rainfall. This area right here. I mean, heavy snowfall. In this area right here that I just highlighted, that's where you could be seeing the heaviest of the snowfall. So you're going to want to watch out if you're in that area as well for that heavy snowfall, especially in some of these areas over here. I think that's where the heaviest snow is going to be, mostly in that region. So you're going to want to be very careful, as some areas, actually, I know in North Carolina could be seeing snowfall accumulations up to 2 feet. So definitely you definitely want to watch that very closely. And then I also would like to mention that my good friend Liam's Weather on YouTube and Twitter and all those outlets will actually be going to North Carolina, most likely. and will be snow chasing essentially. So I definitely recommend you go check out his channel and his Facebook account, as that's where he's going to be streaming him going snow chasing in one of the hardest hit regions from this winter storm. So definitely go check out his channel and also subscribe. So yeah. And actually, if we go back to that graphic real quick, I would like to mention that we also do have some snow potential going from Kentucky all the way up to Canada, and then all the way through most of New England here. So there is snow potential across most of the Northeast. So I'd say watch out, and also be very careful on the roads. Now let's take a look at some models, some weather models here on what will be happening with this storm. Like how is this storm going to set up? So let's just refresh this real quick. Yes, here it is. So this is our winter storm right now. It's going to slowly move south through the southeast, and then we'll eventually move up the east coast here. And this is what the European model is showing. It's showing severe thunderstorms across much of Florida and the southeast over here, and then that heavy snow starting to fire up right there. And that will slowly move up the east coast and bring heavy snowfall amounts to many, along with very heavy rainfall rates across the very eastern portions, and very gusty winds there as well. And luckily, this will be moving out eventually. This will weaken a bit, and as it moves out, less snowfall, which is amazing. And this will be out of the area probably about Tuesday and Wednesday. So we should be good after Tuesday night. Everything should be out of the way of our area. So now as we move on to what the European model is showing in terms of heavy snowfall, you can see pretty decent amounts of snowfall, especially along the east coast. You can see some of these areas in Pennsylvania and along here, they're getting over a foot of snow, potentially reaching up to 2 feet of snow, honestly, in some of these areas. So you're going to want to be very careful. This is again what the European model is showing. It could be a little bit different than this, although I generally trust the European model on this storm. It has been pretty confident in what's going to be happening here. So this is generally the track. Again, it's going to move like this and then move up, and out. And sorry about that. As it does move up the east coast, it will speed up. And yes, the wind speeds will get stronger, causing more of a damaging wind threat for the east coast. But it will move out pretty quickly. So this is not going to be a lingering threat for days. It's going to be out, in and then eventually out real quick. So it's not going to be a long drawn out storm. So here again is our this is actually our GFS model, and this is what it's showing for the storm. Now it's going to form over here, possibly form some severe weather for the southeast again, and then that heavy snowfall will begin to fire up here, and then we'll move north. As you can see right here, snowfall firing up, heavy rainfall again for the east coast right here. And then we have that heavy snow bands moving north. And then eventually, yes, it does move out pretty quickly. And as you can see, it's already out. So it's going to be a very fast-moving storm, especially as it moves up the east coast. Again, it's going to go in and out really, really quickly. So this is definitely something to watch for sure. Although the good thing is it won't be here forever. And now as we take a look at our GFS prediction for our snowfall amounts, you can see some higher amounts, potentially reaching above 28 to 30 inches across portions of the upper elevations in North Carolina. So if you're in those areas, watch out. Along with, it looks like upstate New York and Pennsylvania, there's a very isolated patch of heavier snowfall there. And then also a few isolated patches here in New England. So I'd watch out for that isolated heavier amounts in some of these reds. You could be seeing isolated higher amounts in some of those places. Although it looks like anywhere, if you're in these purple, violet colors, you're going to get at least a foot of snow. So I'm pretty confident that's the amount of snow you're going to get. You're probably going to get about a foot or more in most of those areas. Now, as we take a look at our winter storm severity index released by the Weather Prediction Center, you can see this is basically the full length of the storm. This is a 3-day. Now, I know it might be missing a little bit of the impacts here for the upper New England area, as this only does go 3 days out. Although, you can see it does show most of the storm here. You can see winter storm severity index puts a minor to actually a major for a lot of these areas especially the North Carolina mountains over here. There is a large area. This is a major risk, which means this snow is very life-threatening and potentially very dangerous to not only people but also structures. There's gonna be a lot of stress on just say tree limbs, and those could fall, damaging objects outside and stuff like that. And yeah, this is gonna be very heavy snowfall for much of the North Carolina area over here. And then we also have a few isolated patches of that major risk in Pennsylvania, and just some of these isolated areas, of course, is where that major risk is, especially for cities, because cities actually do get more impacted by heavy snowfall than other areas. And then again, we also have that moderate risk here across much of the area. Now, I know I'm not highlighting all of it, although again, there is a lot of moderate risk areas. So if you're in that moderate, you're probably going to be seeing decent snowfall. Even the minor, honestly, you're likely going to be seeing some decent snowfall. Anything above minor, you'll be seeing decent snowfall from this storm. And if you're in the minor, still watch out. Even if you're in the limited, honestly, anything limited or above, you have to be watching out for any winter storm impacts, whether it be ice or snow. So you want to be very careful on the roads or anything if you're in any of these risk levels. Or even, honestly, even if you're near one of these risk levels, you still want to be watching out. And now I would like to quickly mention that we do have the potential for some severe weather across the southeast on day 2 and day 3 from this storm. You may have seen me highlight that very heavy rainfall moving through Florida and especially the deep south. That is where we have that potential for some severe thunderstorms. Again, a marginal risk for day 2 issued for much of western and northern Florida here. So most of the Florida Panhandle is included in this. And then we also have that slight chance here on day 3 of some severe storms at marginal risk right here for central Florida. So this will move out with the system, although this is a lingering threat until Sunday. So again, watch out. Watch the severe threat closely, as it could possibly even be upgraded to a slight risk if the conditions do improve over here. So I'd watch out, especially since there is some tornado potential on day 2. You want to watch out. Day 2, there is the threat for 60-mile-per-hour winds and some isolated tornadoes. So watch out, and yeah, definitely monitor the forecast and stay tuned to your local National Weather Service office and news station for the latest information. And finally, this is my forecast confidence level for all the models and basically everything that I'm talking about today. I'm putting it at a 30 to 40, which is a medium risk. Medium confidence level. I'm not 100% confident yet in these forecasts. Remember, a lot of people are talking about it like it's tomorrow. It is on Sunday. This is day 3 we're talking about. It's still far out. We still have uncertainty in the models, the track, and in the intensity of this storm. So, honestly, it could shift slightly in any direction, the track. It could be stronger. It could be weaker than the models are currently suggesting and the forecast are showing. There is still uncertainty in the forecast, and we will have to watch this closely throughout the next few days for developments in this forecast. So, anything could change, honestly, at this point. The severe weather threat could increase or decrease in the deep south. The snowfall amounts could change. The winter storm track could change. The areas impacted could change. The strength of the storm, the wind speeds, everything has a chance of changing slightly to even majorly. So we will have to watch this very closely. I'm not saying anything will change, although there is potential for it to change, and that's why I'm not confident. So I'm putting the confidence level at a 30 to 40. I might increase this tomorrow as more forecasts come out. Again, day 2 is usually pretty confident in this kind of stuff. So maybe tomorrow I will upgrade to a 40 to 50 or even just a 50 in general if the forecasts do become more confident in something. So yes, I may upgrade the forecast probabilities tomorrow to a 50, maybe 50 to 60. Maybe even 60 to 70 if things do get very confident. Now, yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope everyone found it informative. If you have any comments, questions, concerns about this winter storm, Sorry about that. Feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And also, if you have any questions about anything, honestly, anything weather related or with this storm, again, how is your area going to be impacted, or how much snow is this area going to be getting, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll reply as fast as I can and with the accurate answer. Now, if you do want to check out my social links, my website is thehurricanehq.org. And on that website, I do post some updates on the winter storm, and I also have auto-updating graphics. So if you do want to see a lot of the weather maps I do use in my videos, they are on that website, auto-updating all the time. So you never have to worry about outdated graphics if you use that website. My Twitter page, which I post on daily, and I definitely recommend you follow, is the Hurricane HQ on Twitter. Definitely go check that out. I do post on it a lot, and I do post a lot of informative stuff on there, so definitely recommend you check that out. My Instagram is at Hurricane HQ, just like my Twitter. Again, I don't post that much on there, although I do post sometimes, so if you do want to check it out, feel free. And my YouTube channel is youtube.com/thehurricanehq, what you're watching right now. So if you do want to subscribe, I definitely would recommend it, and I also recommend you ring the notification bell so you never miss the next weather forecast. Now, thank you so much for watching, and just before I end it, I would like to give a quick shout out to all of my my weather friends. Sebastian Weather Channel, Manny's Weather, and William's Weather. All their channel links are in the description below. They all have amazing channels, and I definitely recommend you go check them out and maybe even subscribe if you do like their videos. Now, thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and have an amazing day.